People often ask, what do I do in the winter? Carp's not really feeding. It's easy. I build rods, wait for the spring. So the plan was to catch something out the edge. Use the tactics that we use next door on Devon Road, transfer it over, see if we could do the same. Fish loads of swims, fish for liners, everything in the edge. Once we found them, try to bounce about between swims and see how many we could catch in a day. We're gonna have a little go in this swim. Had a chat with one of the other lads on the other bank, good friend. Basically, he's been doing a bit of time down here, catching them all pretty much out of the margins, a lot of moving around and stuff like that. So, might be a day of moving, maybe not sort of a base camp type scenario. So we'll flick a couple of rods out in this corner, give it half hour, an hour. If we ain't had no liners or something, we'll move to another swim and we'll just keep doing that until we find them. I don't think they stayed in there. I think they was in there early doors and then pushed out throughout the day into sort of shallower water. We set ourselves a target, 2 hours minimum in each swim and then move. Yeah, it just follows the natural shape of the blank. It just allows you to put a curve in it without having to use a kettle, or there's loads of different methods of doing it. You just got to find the one that you find easy to do yourself. Swim number 2, 2 swims down from where we started to our right hand side. Had more of a traditional sort of margin feel to it. We had a willow to our right, a big edge of reeds, a 2-foot gravel sort of shelf in the margins, and then another snag type bush to our left hand side. Again, we gave it probably about an hour and a half in this one, and then had a chat with a bailiff. He said, try on the wind. In the face of it, no one's really fished down that end. So, we're at the end of the lake, so we're going to give this one a go in the corner. We've got some nice margins left and right again, got some overhanging trees, so just a little bit more cover, wind blowing down this end. Give it a go, swim number 3. When we moved into number 3, we had a gravel margin down to our right hand side under an area of trees. It was about probably 6 foot, nice and clean when I pulled through with like just a bare lead. So it sort of screamed at you to go at it with like a pole or something like that. Would have been ideal, but managed to launch one of the sections into the lake. It's probably still laying on the bottom at this moment in time. I have got to go back and get it. So yeah, we went the opposite way. So we threw some bait in by hand to see whether or not we could entice a bite when they didn't really look like they were feeding that strongly. You know, them Sutton carp, they are something else. So here we have the famous and infamous CMEX Sutton Lake 2, commonly now known as Devon Road. They draw you in and you just don't leave. Did it happen? It did. We got the phone call. Dave had to go and do the school run, so absolutely ideal. Quickly packed up, shot round there. It was the area that we really wanted to be in. They'd been there all winter. So yeah, straight round there, straight in there, swim number 4. It just felt right. They'd been there. For whatever reason it was, they just felt comfortable in that area of the lake. You've got a margin up to your left, and then it rolls round into the area known as the point. It just doesn't get any better than that. It just was the perfect area to fish. And when you know they're there, it don't get any better than that. Got it off the shelf and just down the edge. It just felt right for a bite. Bites were savage. First one, left hand rod, crack. Bobbing hits the rod, whacks round. Had a bit of a violent take after recasting. of a 90 climax, to be honest with you. After the take itself, hit into it, didn't really do much. As you'll see in the video, bit of a warrior. Not the greatest looking carp in the world, but you can't pick and choose what picks you up, baits. A few scars, a few battle wounds. I'm sure she's given a few people some pleasure, a bit like she has done for us today. We'll give her a little kiss and we'll get her back, try and throw another one. And there she goes, with a little wave. We just wanted one of them scaly ones for the camera, just to show what it's like, you know, them Sutton carp, they are something else. About another 45 minutes later, right hand rod again, most savage take. Rod wrap round, this one put up a fight. Bite number 2, really aggressive take. Spilt the tea everywhere, probably just blown up the power pack. Seems to be holding its own out in the pond, so hopefully it's a slightly better one. But I'll stop talking now and actually concentrate on playing the fish. Straight away, skirted out towards the middle of the lake, played it in, lovely deep margins, up and down, big boils coming off of it. You'll see in the video, it's just lovely, really nice. Gotta say, give a good account of themselves. That's a proper scaly one this time. And she's in. One of them goes in the net, had a look down, job done. That's the one we wanted. More in keeping with what we was expecting. Nice Sutton scaly one. Still got some of its winter colours, the oranges and the reds in the tail. And that, yeah, proper looker. We'll get her out and we'll have a proper look at her. I think it's, if you fish for long enough, it doesn't become about the size of them. It's about which bit do you enjoy from carp fishing. To me, it's the take. It's that bit of, I've done it, I've got it. The take happens. It doesn't matter what the fight does and everything like that and what rolls over the net. You've found an area, you've baited an area, you know, you've watched them on a spot if you can, you've got the take. And that's it for me. It just doesn't get any better. It all goes up in the air. Everything you think about, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, none of it happens. It's just blind take. Down kettle goes everywhere, kick the tea over, sort it all out in a minute. That's the most important thing. Fish number 2. What we came for. Nice scaly Sutton one. Beautiful colours. Proper fight. You know, it's just a classic strain of carp that we've got in these waters around here. We are quite privileged. The other side's actually slightly better as well. So let me flick around. Little few more scales on here, little pearly ones and everything. The idea today was just try and catch them really in the edge. It's what I do on the pond next door, or try to do, but not very successful. So it was just nice to sort of take those tactics and just prove to myself that they do work. And I do catch them occasionally, despite what people say. I think you'll agree. Lovely creatures. I think she'll be stunning when she gets bigger in the future. Let's get her back. There we go, one last look. Hold her up. Watch her slide back away. Give her a little wave. For me, it's, you've got to enjoy it. If you start to lose that buzz, it's time to move somewhere else. It's not about cradling that 40 pounder or that 50 pounder or, you know, that really big scaly one. Just go and enjoy it. Remember what it was like as a kid to get a take. rewind time, remember what it was like as, you know, in your teens, just to be at the lake every waking minute of the day, and that you couldn't wait to get out of school. Just you had to be on the pond walking around, just to walk around, cycle around on your bike, just, you know, see them showing an area or whatever. But yeah, to get that take when you're fishing, there is no better feeling.